What up, you guys? It's the Tiger Master 360 XT with another chit chat with the Tiger Master. What's up, you guys? Long time no see. You're probably wondering, like, why the heck I haven't posted in a minute? That's okay, because I'm about to post more often now. I've been working on a lot of things. So for this chit chat, we're going to be drawing Ariel, as I like to call it. If you would like to go ahead and purchase a print of this artwork, it will be available on my Etsy, etsy.com/thetigermaster. And go ahead and follow me on Instagram at thetigermaster360xc for more updates, because I want to also put this drawing on a shirt. So when I do put the drawing on a shirt, I'll put that on Instagram. So go ahead and follow me on my stories to see more updates on that. But anyway, I want to go ahead and talk about the actual topic here. I'll talk more about this drawing towards the end. But we're going to talk about the little elephant in the room, which is Halle Bailey being the Little Mermaid. The uproar. The main uproar is, of course, coming from the quote-unquote race, ethnicity that the Little Mermaid, the original Little Mermaid Disney movies portray, which is white people. So white people do not like the idea. There was like this trending Twitter hashtag that was going on talking about how Halle Bailey should not be Little Mermaid. All types of racist stuff was on there too. And it's like, gosh, like, how old is Halle Bailey? Like 19? That's a lot of pressure. That's kind of messed up. It's not really Halle Bailey's fault for being that. You know, it's not her fault that she was chosen for a role. I feel like a lot of people often attack like the actors who literally are just doing their job instead of actually attacking the person who approved of her to be the actor. But anyway, that's besides the point. So the argument that's coming from the white people is that the original Danish stories portrayed the Little Mermaid as being white, well, Danish, which is European, which would be Caucasian, which would be white. So I'm gonna say white before everyone starts freaking out like, oh my gosh, she Caucasian. No, you're white. Start calling us African Americans. But anyway, before I jump into some holes here, look, like, so the original Danish stories, which are if you don't know, that's in Denmark. You can go to Denmark and actually see the Little Mermaid. I actually went to Denmark. I don't know if I can find a picture of the Little Mermaid. I think at the time, by the time I made it to Denmark, my camera was so out of space and I didn't have no place. I don't know if I took a picture of the Little Mermaid there, but basically the original stories portray the Little Mermaid as being white. So a lot of people are in an uproar because not only that, if you look at the Disney adaptation of Little Mermaid, Ariel is white. But the problem here, because a lot of people are trying to say, well, what if like we took a character like Tatiana and made a real life adaptation of her and she was white? You wouldn't like that. Well, here's the big problem, you guys, that no one seems to be addressing. First of all, Tatiana is actually I don't know if people realize this, but Tatiana is an actual person. She's not a mermaid. A mermaid's not real. Even if you do believe mermaids are real, mermaids are not human. Like, point blank, whether or not you believe mermaids are real or not, they're not human. Therefore, they don't have a race. In the end, it's like, I believe that the actual story, like if you listen to the crab in the Little Mermaid, he has a whole Jamaican accent. I believe this whole story is taking place in the West Indies. And if you look at the natives from the West Indies and even the slaves who ended up being imported there to the West Indies, all of them are melanated. So I don't know what to say. Maybe the actual Disney adaptation of the Little Mermaid should have been taking place in Denmark instead of taking place in like the West Indies. Now I guess that's kind of weird because it's like there's another contradiction because like I don't know, like the prince doesn't seem like he's of the West Indian descent. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but the point I'm trying to say is that in the end, like the Little Mermaid was never a person. Therefore, you can't put a race on her. It's kind of like if the actual director, because there's like this whole Twitter like hashtag going on attacking Halle Bailey. She's like 19 years old. Stop attacking the person who's just doing their job and attack the actual person who decided for her to be the actor. And if you listen, you read what he had said, he was like, oh, well, she was the perfect part. I mean, what can you say? Like, I bet there were white people who did audition. Y'all just didn't make the part. You know, it's like, what are you going to do? Sacrifice the quality of the movie just to please some people, or make a good movie, making a little adjustments here and there? I mean, first of all, like, I don't know what else to say. Like, the Little Mermaid is not real. I guess like the best classification for her would be like a fish or some sea creature. We don't know what the heck real mermaids look like. For all we know, mermaids could be blue. Therefore, it's kind of up for artistic interpretation. So if the creator of the movie saw that it was fit to have a black girl act as Ariel, who is a fictional character, then I don't know what to say. I mean, where's the uproar? Where are the hashtags everyone's coming up with when Queen Latifah decided to be Ursula? I remember reading this somewhere. This was like before she even was Ursula. Someone had made a post in a comment, was like, I bet y'all wouldn't be in the uproar if I think she had said something like Queen Latifah, or like some black actor was acting as Ursula. Y'all wouldn't get an uproar. Why? Because let's jump into another thing. It's like white people claim that they don't see color until it has something they actually care about. You know, nobody sees color when you talk about Black Lives Matter. Oh my gosh, all lives matter. Nobody sees color then. Whenever you try to call them out for microaggressions or, you know, little racist comments here and there, or, you know, like some people are just racist and don't even realize they're being racist. When they're being called out for that, they're always like, I don't see color. But as soon as we go ahead and put a black girl as a major role for a major Disney franchise, everyone knows The Little Mermaid. Everyone knows Ariel. How many different merchandise has been made with Ariel? Like, it's infinite, right? So everybody knows The Little Mermaid. So as soon as we put a little black girl as the front face of it, all of a sudden it's the uproar. You know, but nobody cared. Where's the hashtags going out? Where's the trending hashtags? When Queen Latifah's Ursula, oh, it don't matter because Ursula's evil. She's big and she's like a weird octopus. What the heck is Ursula? Does anyone know what Ursula is supposed to be? Like, I never did research on Ursula, so I'm just curious what Ursula is supposed to be. She's supposed to be like a humanoid octopus, but like, who cares? Like, because everyone loves mermaids, right? Nobody cares about. I don't see any Ursula fan arts out there. I don't see that's like a big hashtag. You know, like on Instagram, you go hashtag Ursula. It's not nearly as much as hashtag The Little Mermaid or hashtag mermaids. But in the end, my ultimate point is that Ariel is a fictional character. Not only that, she's not even classified as a person. Like, you can't use the argument of Tatiana, because Tatiana is literally given a race, African American, and a lot of other princesses, Disney princesses, are actually given a legitimate race. Versus a mermaid, you can't. It's like, see, this is the issue. White people say that they don't see color, but the main people who always see color, the main people who create the institution of seeing color, comes from white people. Like, white people see color so much to the point where they can't allow just anybody to play the role of a mermaid. And you mean you gotta use the argument you don't see color, but yet, like, you can't just let anybody play a mermaid? It's not even like it's a real person. It's like nobody was even talking about color. Nobody even cared until white people started saying something like, oh my gosh, the Little Mermaid can't be black. Oh, I thought it didn't matter. I thought if everyone was different races, then we wouldn't even have these arguments about different characters playing different races. It wouldn't even matter if the institution of racism, of seeing color, wasn't created by white people in the first place. But of course you can't call up people for that. You know, you just gotta think about that. That's how bad it is. If you think that white supremacy, you know, not even gonna jump into white supremacy, but if you think that the stuff that's happened in the past has not been removed from America, then I feel like the Little Mermaid, a little fictional story, a Disney movie at that, having a white or a black or Asian or an Indian, you know, it don't even matter. You know, that's how you know that you can't say the past is gone, because you can't even just let anybody play a mermaid. That's insane to me. And, you know, I don't know, I think it's kind of funny, because in the end it's just like nobody saw color except for them. But it's whatever, you know. All power to Halle Bailey for being a Little Mermaid. I'm probably not going to see it because I don't really care for Disney movies at all. I didn't even see the new Lion King. I never grew up with Disney movies. I didn't really watch Disney movies growing up, so I don't really care for it. I mean, all power to Halle Bailey in her role. Pray that all goes well. And, you know, I think everyone needs to chill out because mermaids aren't real. So, yeah, let me talk about this drawing right quick. Oh, yeah, wait, hold up. My little comment question to all you guys would be like, what do you think about Halle Bailey being the Little Mermaid? Do you think that that's a big issue? Or do you think it's okay? You know, does it really need to have all this racial charge to it? Like, geez, you always tell us to forget about stuff. Oh, it happened in the past. It was years ago. But yet, here you guys are bringing up the Little Mermaid's race when a mermaid isn't even a real creature. Come on. But anyway, this drawing, I went ahead and tried to... I need to actually download some more brushes from Pay to Aside, because I was trying to do more CG art. So that's what I've been practicing for a little bit. It's like CG style art. But what I'm coming to realize is just that the side brushes are just not giving that realistic look, or that look that I'm really going for. I'm still learning how to draw in CG style. One of the biggest things that I really wanted to kind of like master was making like eyes look super realistic, because like whenever people draw eyes in CG style, like it just looks so real. I think that's like one of the biggest parts to making CG style art look real, is if you can get the eyes to look real. So that's what I was kind of working on. And then, like, I guess I really had a lot of hopes for the hair. I wanted to be, like, super flowy and stuff, but the hair ended up kind of looking stiff. And, you know, like, I honestly like this drawing. It's just that there's a lot of things that I need to work on, like water. You know, like, the waves in the background. I really imagined, like, this super duper gushy looking drawing, kind of like the Little Mermaid drawings that you can, well, not the drawings, but you know, like the cover art you can find online of the Little Mermaid, where you got like that big wave in the background. So that's what I was trying to do, but it didn't turn out that way. And I feel like one thing that my drawing is kind of weird on is the fact that I'm not really consistent with the style. Like, I feel like I was trying to make it realistic, and then it ended up being cartoony at the same time. Like, I kind of wanted to... I think it's also because I didn't size the canvas right. So it ended up looking a little bit too shrunken down. In essence, I like this drawing, but it's just, you know, there's certain things I need to work on. I need to study more on. And I don't know, that's another thing. It's like I'm kind of leaning away from my old coloring style. I like my old coloring style, but it's like I'm kind of having trouble applying my old coloring style to certain types of artworks. So I feel like, I guess as I grow in drawing CG style, I'm probably gonna figure out how to better use my old coloring style on more artworks, but that's just a matter of time. But anyway, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat with Tyler about the big elephant in the room, about Halle Bailey being Little Mermaid, even though it don't matter who the heck, what race Little Mermaid is, because mermaids aren't people. They don't have race. Now we're trying to put, it's like, geez, white people, it's like, y'all literally put race on everything. Next thing you know, we're going to be classifying dogs by their races. Now we're going to have like a story where like we can't have a dog, like a black person act as a dog or a white person act as a dog, because the real adaptation of the dog in like the comics or the original Disney movies, you know, like what was a Asian person, you know, something random like that. It's not that big of a deal, you guys. Calm down. But, you know, tell me what you guys think about that. Tell me about this drawing, what you think about it. And go ahead and check me out on my Patreon, patreon.com/thetigermaster for exclusive artworks. The WIPs of this Little Mermaid drawing will be available on my Patreon. Again, prints will be available on my Etsy, etsy.com/thetigermaster. And, oh yeah, big announcement. My comic book, Chaos, is now available to be read on both my Patreon and also my Webtoons. If you don't know what Webtoons is, it's a pretty awesome app where you can go ahead and read all types of different comics. So yeah, my comic is now available on Webtoons. You can go ahead and check the link in my description to find that. And my Patreon will be updating my comic book way more often than my Webtoons. So go ahead and follow me on my Patreon for much more often updates. Even though Webtoons will have my comic book, it just won't be as often. So I hope you guys enjoyed this drawing. Check me out next week for another chit chat with the Tiger Master. I hope you have a great and wonderful day. Boop, boy. One of the first steps I would tell you in dealing with grief is to grieve. To go ahead and cry it out. Be upset, be mad, be angry. Whenever you feel like it's coming upon you, like, don't hold it in, because it's only going to affect you in the future.